Londoners are no stranger to a thick fog, Hugo, but this is no regular weather phenomenon. Shall I recap? First, the fog lifted and we could see the moon. Its natural procession halted, with that unnatural violet hue. Then, random violence erupted in the streets and crazed animals. Even for the East End, that's unexpected. But where did they come from? And now reports of radical zealots causing mayhem. Well, it's no mystery why Her Majesty chose to enlist my aid. I am, after all, the brightest technological mind of our era. Yes, thank you, Hugo. I believe we'll find the answers in the skies above London. Take a look at the etheroskop. These radiation readings, well, I don't know what to make of them. If the equipment is functioning properly, it shouldn't be possible. Unless... The engines must have been damaged in the storm. Fortunately, my armor kept me safe, but we'll need to make some repairs.
Burn the heretics.
Hugo, I believe these locals intend to do us harm. Kindly relay a missive to the Syndicate dispatch. We may need some assistance.
Miss Molly, it looks like you have correspondence. Must be urgent to reach you here.
I won't be needing that room tonight, Eustace. I'm off to help an old friend.
Emerging from the wood's darkest recesses, you spy a caravan in a clearing. Close by are a tent and a table, but the site is deserted. A warm campfire suggests that someone was recently here, though you have no desire to wait for them in a forest full of predators. Upon the table are a crystal ball, a candle, and several sheets of paper. A gust of wind sends a few sheets flying to the floor, revealing an item you hope no one will miss. You take it and leave the peculiar premises. You see a pillar of smoke and follow it to a small farm where the Starling rests in a field. Despite signs of a struggle, it looks like lights are on inside. You climb the gangplank and find Griswold inside, ratcheting a leaking pipe. He looks relieved to see you and invites you to join him at a table covered in maps and scientific charts.
She'd make a fine barn, Griswold.
The Starling's engines took a beating in the storm, but she'll fly again. I just need the right parts.
The two of you seem to have your hands full. What exactly does Her Majesty need from me?
Our engines need replacement parts. Not something you can pick up in the Haypenny shop, but I'm sure you'll manage. Hugo and I need to stay here and finish repairs.
Is that all?
I'm certain the lunatics who accosted us outside were motivated by some external force. If you're able, find out what it is and put a stop to it.
A carrier pigeon delivered a message to the Starling. Bloodthirsty faces in the night force me to take refuge in the old town well. If this message reaches you, I can only survive here a few more days. Please help. This barn has faded to a uniform grey. The doors askew, the roof collapsed. The reek of alcohol and tobacco floods your nostrils as you enter a pub filled with seedy wanderers. As you take a seat at the bar, the portly and bug-eyed landlord approaches with 2 tin jugs. "Only drinkers are welcome here. It's ale or lager tonight. What'll it be?" he says. The landlord sets a jug on the bar top. "This one's stale, so it's on the ass," he says. You force yourself to drink, even as the musty contents burn your throat and guts. A small enough price to drown out the horrid sights and sounds you've recently witnessed. You come across a travelling fiddler, camping by the roadside. He takes notice as you pass, but continues his song. It whispers of a terrible gang of highwaymen who terrorised the forest long ago. One of the leaders, Old Tom, was a murderous sort and was hanged at the top of the hill. The melody continues as you learn about his dying words. "I am the devil's son, and when I return I'll bring this land to ruin, with naught but a whisper." A deep hush pervades the tumble-down roadside inn, where the patrons stare silently into their cups as the fire struggles against the damp. In the middle of a small hamlet, a few maddened villagers lurk with sling blades and other makeshift weapons, howling with devilish delight. You can see the well, but you may not be able to reach it without a fight. The lunatics are distracted, allowing you to reach the well. You toss a rope down into the darkness and call down that you've come to help. A weak "God bless you" rises from below. However, this draws the attention of the lunatics in the square, who turn as one in your direction. They are going to attack. Following the old man's feeble cries, you toss a rope down into the darkness and haul him up. He's filthy and emaciated, but he will recover in time. He thanks you profusely for your aid. Something evil haunts the trees surrounding Hangman's Hill. The woods are strange here, the shadows somehow darker, and there have been rumours of a weird creature lurking just out of sight. Several people have gone missing. It's time to investigate. A deep hush pervades the tumble down. Both your limbs and eyelids grow heavy as you force your way through the woods. You long for a moment's rest. Temptation strikes you as you come across a bit of clear ground where the lichen is at least an arm's length away. You sit at the base of a tree and close your eyes. Perhaps the lichen is inching closer to you, but you're too tired to worry about it. When you wake, it is all but touching you. You dash away from that cursed place. The lichen is spreading wildly here. You observe it pulsing faintly, like ripples in a pond. The ripples have a rhythm, all leading northeast towards Hangman's Hill. At the edge of the woods, you come upon a faded, ivy-choked manor. The eccentric scholar, Dr. Crowthorne, invites you inside. Within are shelf upon shelf of heavy black tomes, specimens in foggy glass jars, maps and other gewgaws. He offers sanctuary, though the house pulses with an undefinable energy. A Roma woman sits cross-legged before a small campfire along the roadside. Though she is old, her eyes are quick and bright. Anselina waves you over to share the warmth. She will also share her guidance and wisdom for a price. You triumphed over the highwayman, at least for now. The shadows are a bit dimmer and the air sweeter. The roads once more safe for travel. You've intercepted a missive from a local constabulary to Scotland Yard. A few officers went missing while on patrol near Blackwell Marsh, and the locals seem to be growing restless. At the edge of the woods, you come upon a Ahead, you spot a faint blue light, like some eldritch lamp floating through the swamp, its swaying motion too regular for marsh gas. Whatever it is, it mirrors your steps as you walk, but the dense brush conceals whoever carries it through the gloam. You hear a faint sound on the wind, like children playing. Casting around for the source, it seems to come first from in front, then behind. Without warning, the light blinks out. You wait in the darkness for your eyes to adjust and discover something stuck in the mud at your feet. You pass through a hamlet, barely a few houses at the roadside, and overhear a conversation within. "We need to stay inside, Mar. Our neighbours are losing their damned minds." The man sounds nervous as he consoles his mother. "The moon will pass soon, and when it does, all will be right, I promise." A chill wind passes you by as you stop to eavesdrop. The man, now concerned, says, "Mar, how long have you had this rash?" You continue on. The overgrown remains of a logging camp sit abandoned in a broad clearing. You soon notice a glowing lantern in the window of one of the shacks. Perhaps it's not entirely abandoned after all. You spy something in a fetid pond, which you first take for a hump of rags. A pale woman floats face down at the edge, dress billowing in the still water, hair drifting in a lank fan around her head. The body slips beneath the surface as you approach. For a moment the night is still. Then a writhing mass of black tentacles bursts up out of the water. The wretched creature falls limp at the side of the pond. As the murky water settles, you can now make out a pile of bones and rags, all that remains of its victims. While the night seems calm, you wonder what other beasts may still lurk nearby. A dark road cuts through the forest to Hangman's Hill, illuminated by the spectral glow of the whispering lichen. It seems to be spreading from here, and you strongly suspect you're close to discovering the source. In a secluded hollow, you discover a small brick cottage. The windows are all boarded over, but a trickle of smoke rises from the chimney. A soft voice calls from behind the door.
Don't look like you have the whisper yet. You shouldn't be here, it's not safe. Old Tom is watching.
What can you tell me about Old Tom? A weathered face appears at a crack in the window.
Have you heard of Hangman's Hill? As the legend goes, Tom King was hanged for a highwayman ages back. He's been haunting the place ever since.
Then what about the whisper, as you call it?
I reckon it's down to that damned moon somehow. Anyway, I wish you luck.
He steps back into the shadows. A Roma woman sits cross-legged before a small campfire along the roadside. Though she is old, her eye... A deep hush pervades the tumble-down roadside inn, where the patrons stare silently into their cups as the fire struggles against the damp. You follow the lichen's sickly glow up a steep and rocky path. Arriving at the top of Hangman's Hill, you find a sprawling oak tree with a rusty gibbet cage dangling from the sturdiest branch. Within is the corpse of Old Tom. He raises a bony finger towards you, and a malodorous wind rattles the tree. The corruption must be stopped at all costs. You stand your ground. Whatever happens, you mustn't let your guard down, lest you shed this mortal coil prematurely.
Hercules.
The rusty cage crashes open, spilling the remains of Old Tom onto the ground. The whispering lichen's glow dims to nothing, and with its unholy source defeated, it begins to wither. Ridding the forest of this deadly curse should bring relief to the villagers nearby, but the moon's glow is stronger than ever.
Have you had any success with the repairs?
I've just replaced the centrifugal governor, so the Starling should be skyworthy once more. And not a moment too soon. The moon's radiation is growing stronger.
The forests are quaint, but I would welcome a change of scenery.
That's an important reminder. Thank you. The Starling's facilities are still damaged. With more salvage, perhaps we can clear some space for needed allies along the way.